Ever talk to a tree? This boy did. Once upon a time, on a day full of sunshine and smiles, a boy was on his way to school. He was a mix of happy and nervous, because today he was getting an award for his fantastic performance in the school drama competition. As he walked through the park, everything seemed perfect. The air was fresh, the sun was shining, and the trees were big and green. In one of those trees, he spotted a bright, juicy apple. Yum! He decided he just had to have it, so he reached up trying to grab that apple. But wait, the tree began to move. He thought, maybe there's some construction going on nearby. But no, something was definitely off. Every time he reached for the apple, it seemed to move away. Suddenly, he heard a mysterious voice say, "Go away! Oregon, you won't be able to go back!" The boy froze, his eyes wide with shock. A talking tree. What would he do next?
Are you brave enough to face the unknown? The boy was shocked, and he did not know where the sound was coming from. He looked all around, but no one was there. So he asked, "Who are you who is asking me to leave?" Again he heard a voice. "You made a very big mistake coming here, and now you will be stuck here forever." The boy said, "Who are you?" "I am here to take this apple." Then suddenly the tree moved and the boy fell off from the tree branch. The boy stood up and looked towards the tree above him. The moment he saw the tree, he became so scared that he could hardly breathe. His body was shivering, his feet seemed to freeze to the ground in fear. He was not able to say a word. What will happen next? I bet you didn't know the true horror behind the mysterious apple tree. The scene that the boy saw was so scary. He saw the long branches of the tree moving by itself. The red apples turned into black. The leaves of the trees suddenly disappeared. And then he saw the scariest part. He saw two eyes with a long pointed nose, two ears of that tree, and the tree was giving a horror and scariest laugh to that boy and said, "You came here to eat an apple. Ha ha ha, now I will eat you." The boy was trying to run away from that tree, but he felt like something was holding his foot. So he looks down and sees that tree branches have come from the ground and hold his foot. He was screaming a lot and requesting to the tree, "Leave me, I will never come again." But the tree replied, "Ha ha ha, yes, you will never come back again because I will never leave you." And suddenly he saw that some of the tree branches were reaching towards him and holding his hands and his body. The boy screamed, "Leave me alone, leave me, somebody help me." The branches pulled him towards the tree, and the moment the boy sees the tree opens its big mouth to eat that boy. As soon as the tree holds the boy, due to so much fear, the boy faints. Then, after 1 hour, the boy opens his eyes and finds himself in a very dark place. He stands up and looks around. He understands that now he is inside the mysterious apple tree. He screamed, "Help! Help! Somebody there!" But he did not get any response. He was scared to think that now he was stuck here forever. And he was crying. Then suddenly he hears a voice. "This is my fault." The boy stands up, looking around to find out where this sound originated. So he asked, "Is someone there?" Then suddenly he saw someone coming from the dark shadow. Then he saw someone there and was so shocked that he could not say a word. His mouth was wide open in shock, and he said, "Father." How his father was there. The boy was so shocked to see his father there, and he said, "You went missing just 2 years ago. We searched for you but couldn't find you. And then we lost hope." His father cried and hugged him. The boy asked, "How did you end up here? What happened? Are you here since the past 2 years?" His father said, "This is my fault. My greed trapped me here." He explained, 2 years back I saw a beautiful apple tree and went to get one. Suddenly someone asked, "Do you want this apple?" I was surprised as no one's there, but I replied, "Yes, I need this apple." Then a branch came down and an apple dropped into my hand. I was shocked and couldn't understand what was happening. Then the tree opened its eyes and mouth and said, "Hi, my name is the apple tree. Nice to meet you. Is this the calm before the storm? This was just the beginning." The man was shocked and he says, "How's this possible, a talking tree?" He was so scared and said, "I warn you if you harm me." The tree laughed and said, "Do not fear, I'll not harm you. Do you need more apples?" The man replied, "Yes, my son loves apples." The tree moved its branches and apples fell to the ground. The apple tree said, "You can come any time for apples." The man replied, "Thanks and sorry for my reaction." The tree laughed and said, "Will you be my friend?" The man replied, "Yes, I would love to." They talked a lot. The man came daily to meet the apple tree. They laughed together and the man always left with apples. But something happened that ended their friendship, and the man ended up inside the tree. The man explained that one day he was passing there and saw three men looking at that apple tree and talking to each other. One of them said, "A few days ago, someone came here to remove that tree, however something bad happened to him. He was so scared and said, 'This is a haunted tree.' They asked him why and who wanted to remove this tree. He replied, 'This park is owned by a businessman who wants to build a supermarket here, but this tree is a hindrance and they are not able to remove it. So they are offering $10,000 to whoever will remove this tree.'" The man was so shocked to hear that amount. $10,000! That day he did not meet with the apple tree and just went to his home. There was only one thing roaming in his mind. $10,000! So what do you think? Did he do something he shouldn't? The lure of wealth can make one friend sacrifice another for personal gain. The man decided that he would cut the apple tree and get $10,000. So he made a plan with two more people. He told them, "This tree is not just an ordinary tree, this is a talking tree. And now the only way to remove him is that I will keep him engaged with me, and meanwhile you both have to cut him so fast that he will not have a chance to do anything. And then we will share the $10,000 between us." They both agreed with the man, and the next day in the afternoon, the man went to meet the apple tree. They both were talking and laughing. However, the apple tree does not know that something bad is going to happen to him. Sometimes the deepest cuts come from the closest hands. James and the apple tree were talking, when suddenly two other men came out from behind the tree with chainsaws. As soon as they started the chainsaws, the apple tree became alert, its eyes looking around. Both the men froze in fear, their mouths open, not saying a word. Scared, they tried to run, but the tree's branches caught them. Suddenly, James asked the apple tree, "Leave them." Apple tree replied, "No, I will never leave them. They tried to kill me, now I will kill them." James suddenly took that chainsaw and moved forward to the apple tree to cut him. The tree's eyes widened in shock. "Have you come to kill me?" The man replied, "Yes, I will kill you." In a tale of betrayal and regret. The apple tree was so shocked to see that. He asked James, "Why do you want to kill me?" James replied, "Because I will get $10,000 if I kill you." The apple tree became so angry to hear that. His eyes became red with rage and he said, "You were my friend and you betrayed me because of money. I will destroy you." The apple tree threw those two men aside and held James with his long branches. James struggled and shouted, "Leave me, you ugly tree!" The apple tree, consumed by fury, shouted back, "I will kill you." The apple tree opened his mouth to eat him. James was so scared to see that, and just as he was about to say something, the apple tree ate him. James said to his son, "This is what happened, and since that day I am here." The boy said, "Father, you were my hero, but what you did made you a villain. I feel very upset for the apple tree. You were supposed to help him as a friend, but you betrayed him. Because of you, he became like this." James started to cry and said, "I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Every day for the past 2 years I regret it." The boy consoled him and asked, "How can we get out from here now?" The man replied, "There is no way. For the last 2 years I tried everything. I searched everywhere, but there is no way to get out." The boy asked, "Are we stuck here forever? What happened to them?" The boy whispered, "Father, we can't stay here forever. We need to find a way out of this nightmare." They both started looking for a way out. They searched every dark corner. It was full of roots and branches, and the air was cold and heavy. Hours passed, and their hope faded with each step. The boy's cries echoed inside the tree. "Father, I can't take this anymore. I need to get out of here." He asked, "Have you tried to talk to the apple tree or ask for mercy?" James replied, "Every day I ask, but it never answers." The boy went to the tree, his voice shaking. "Apple tree, I am so sorry. Please let us go from this pain. And I apologize for my father, James." Suddenly a voice said, "Is James your father?" They were frozen with shock, as this was the first time the apple tree had spoken. The boy stuttered, "Yes, he told me everything. I am sorry for whatever happened to you. Please, let us go." The apple tree's voice was angry. "No, I will never let you go. I can never forgive what James did to me. Now you will stay here with your father." The boy was very sad, but they kept looking for a way out. Then out of the corner of his eye, the boy saw a small cave-like opening, and he asked James, "Father, what is that? Have you ever checked it?" James replied, "I tried, but it was too narrow for me to enter. The cave is too small." "What secrets does that cave hold?" They found a hidden cave full of mystery. The boy, both curious and scared, went inside. He looked at his father, worried. "Father, you can't go in, but I can. This might be our only way out." James, with a shaking voice, said, "No, I can't let you go alone. We don't know what's inside. What if something bad happens? I can't stand it." The boy, determined, said, "Father, we have to try, or we'll be stuck here forever." With a heavy heart, James agreed, "Go. But if you feel any danger, come back right away. Promise me," he begged. The boy went deeper into the cave, surrounded by darkness, yet he kept going and reached the end of the cave. Strange branches hung from the ceiling, and he looked around carefully. James's voice echoed, "Are you okay? Did you find anything?" The boy replied, "Father, I am looking, but it is so dark I can barely see." Suddenly, he saw a strange branch holding something suspicious. He moved closer, and as he reached out to touch it, the apple tree shouted, "Do not touch that!" The boy froze, his heart racing. What could this strange object be? Could it hold the secret to the apple tree? The boy was shocked to hear that voice. The boy realized that this is something precious to the apple tree, and this can be their way to get out from this hell. He shouted back, "No! I am going to take this." The apple tree replied, "I will kill you if you go near to it." The boy went near to it and held it with his hand. The apple tree shouted, "Keep it there!" The boy asked, "Why? What is this thing? Why are you so scared of this?" The apple tree screamed with so much anger, "This is my heart!" The boy was frozen with shock to hear that. "He has a heart?" The boy said, "My father is stuck here since the last 2 years, and I'm also stuck here now because of you. We requested you many times, but you are not letting us out. Now I'm going to destroy your heart, as this is the only option you left for us." The apple tree replied, "Don't you dare to even think about it. If you touch it again, I will surely kill you and your father." The boy shouted, "Do whatever you want to do. It is better rather than to be stuck here forever." The boy held his heart, and the moment he was pulling it by his hand, the apple tree shouted, "No, do not do this, I'll die." The boy replied, "I will not do anything with your heart if you let us out from here, otherwise I do not have any other choice." The apple tree replied, "Okay, I will let you out." The boy went back to his father. James asked, "What happened there? Are you all right? Did you find a way out?" The boy replied, "Father, we are going out from this hell now." He informed James of everything that had happened there. James was so happy and started to cry as he was stuck there for 2 years, and now finally he is going to get out of here. The apple tree opened the way, and finally both of them got out into the real world. The boy said to the apple tree, "Apple tree, I am really sorry for whatever happened to you." James got so emotional, and James kept saying, "I am so sorry for whatever I have done. You were my best friend." The apple tree also got emotional and replied, "James, you were my first and only friend, and I trusted you. Whatever you have done has hurt me deep inside." To see James in that position, the apple tree accepted his apology and asked James to stop crying now. Then suddenly something happened with the apple tree. He screamed with pain. "Ah!" They were shocked to see that. James shouted, "What happened, apple tree?" They saw a man with a chainsaw. He cut the apple tree. The apple tree was falling down, and the last words that came to his mouth were, "James, you were always my first and only friend. Take care of your boy. Goodbye." Never break the trust of loved ones. You may not get the chance to fix it, and regret could last a lifetime. If you liked it, then comment, like, and subscribe to the channel for the new story.